has officiated 15 playoff games, and JT Orr rounds out our officiating crew. Gediminas Petritis at center court. He's our crew chief. He'll put the ball in the air. Jakob Poeltl will tip it arena. So here's Brandon Ingram wearing the white headband, defended by a fellow Duke guy in Gary Trent Jr. to start the night. Quickly passes out to Barrett. Barrett from the right wing, and he drains the three. Now, if Toronto keeps hitting threes, suddenly they unlock a bit of a cheat code. This has been a weakness for them, but they are shooting it well here early on this season at 39% as a team. Bucks trying to keep the ball on the other side, almost a turnover. Trent tried to flip it off to Giannis. Giannis saved it from going out of bounds. Now Trent tees up a three, and he buries it from the right wing. So Milwaukee answering right back on their first shot. A pair of three-pointers early in this one. That's a Michelob Ultra 3 presented by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks. But wait, there's more. Barnes in the corner was left alone, and he sinks another three. So we are 3 shots, 3 makes, all of them from distance, and now the Raptors ahead 6-3. Ryan Rollins the other way. He drives into the lane. Now retreats out to the left wing with a right-hand dribble, shovels the pass to Trent. Gary Trent straight ahead, defended by Ingram. He'll send it over to A.J. Green. Green on the right side. He's going to pull up. He launches a three and drains another. Man, it's like a layup line here with the three-pointers. 4 of 4 between the two teams on our opening 2 possessions. Bucks are known to hit threes. The Raptors, not so much before this season. Here's a drive from Quickly underneath. He gets blocked by Turner. Turner blocked 3 shots in the first quarter last night. He's got a quick one early here. Gary Trent tries to keep the beat going. He does! Drains the three from the right wing in Milwaukee. A scalding 3-for-3 start to their night from distance. On all 3 possessions, another Michelob Ultra 3. Great defense from Miles Turner, preventing the entry feed down low for Jakob Poeltl, but couldn't keep it from going out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raptors in a 9-6 game, 2 minutes in. We've seen 5 three-pointers hoisted up already in this game. Every one of them has gone down. Bucks have hit 3 of them. The Raptors 2. Jakob Poeltl on the other end is going to hand the ball off. Here's Ingram. Ingram swings it to the near side. Barrett, one more pass. He hits Quickly, and Quickly hits another 3. This is ridiculous. Corner 3 from Emmanuel Quickly, and it's Milwaukee 9, Toronto 9. Nobody can miss a 3. Who's going to be the first to blink? Turner thought about throwing another one up there. He will not, though. Backs it out now to the left wing where Rollins has it. He takes it to the left baseline. Back to Turner. Left elbow jumper. Bullseye. Man, they are scorching the nets here in the opening 3 minutes tonight. First time the Bucks have shot one from inside the arc. Gary Trent was trying to poke it away from Brandon Ingram. He did, but it rolls out of bounds off of Milwaukee. Raptors ball out of bounds in an 11-9 game that has seen supreme scoring early on. Here comes the inbound pass from Quickly, who will stand on the near side of the baseline with Ryan Rollins defending. Gets it to Barnes. Barnes lets it fly and trains another 3. This is absolutely unconscious shooting for both teams. The Raptors have not missed. They've taken 4 threes. The Bucks have not missed. They've taken 3 threes, and the Raptors with a 1-point lead. Who's going to miss a 3? Whoever it is will make sure to laugh at them, because that's not acceptable behavior here at Scotiabank Arena tonight. Here's a drive from Turner. Turner puts the shot up. Oh, he looked like he just had another opportunity to 3 the old-fashioned way as the ball bounced a couple times on the rim when he was fouled, but it leaks off the side iron, and now he will head to the free throw line for the first free throw attempts of this game after he was fouled by Jakob Poeltl. Darko Rajakovic did say that Poeltl would see restricted minutes tonight, whatever that means. Restricted to what? Is it 20 minutes? Is it 30 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? First free throw is good for Turner, and that's a good sign for a Bucks team that has not shot over 70% from the free throw line in any of the last 3 games. They come into this game tonight dead last now. In the NBA, it's 69% from the stripe. Second free throw. Got it. Well, it doesn't matter where they're putting shots up from. The Bucks have not missed yet tonight. 4 of 4 from the field, 3 of 3 from distance, 1 of 1 from inside the arc, and now 2 of 2 at the line. Here's Ingram. He takes it inside. Got blocked by Giannis, but it comes back out. Barnes, a three-pointer. Finally, one misses. Offensive rebound was knocked away from Jakob Poeltl, but a foul going on A.J. Green. You got to like the fact that there were two players, though, in green crashing the boards there to try to prevent that offensive rebound, the defensive rebound, and we talked about it in the pregame show. It's been a problem for the Bucks here. So Barnes looking to inbound. He holds it high over his head. Zips the pass in down low. Got underneath Rollins. Was quickly, and he lays it in with a foul. Ryan Rollins was not ready there. So chance for a three-point play, and the Raptors have reclaimed the lead on the fourth lead change already. We have not even played 3.5 minutes. So Emmanuel quickly now will step to the line, where he shot 75% this season, 86% for his career. Signed a 5-year, $175 million contract that'll keep him here through the 2028-29 season, and he hits the free throw. Here come the Bucks the other way, down by a pair, 15-13. Ryan Rollins being trapped around midcourt, trying to fend off two Raptors players, and it's going to result in a jump ball. Rollins just had really nowhere to go with it. It was Barrett along with, I think, Quickly that was out there on him. Let's see who they put at the center court circle opposite Rollins. Looks like it's going to be Barrett. Yeah, it is. So Barrett's got the height advantage, but 6'10" wingspan for Ryan Rollins. We'll see if he can make something of it here. So Gediminas Petraitis at center court as he's going to put the ball up in the air, and it's won back by the Raptors. They'll go left to right. Gary Trent even got into that jump from the side. I don't know if anybody saw that, but here's Poeltl. Works it out to Barrett. Off to Quickly on the run. His shot rims off the mark, but a tap in there for Poeltl, and here we go again. Jakob Poeltl's had 2 offensive boards on the last 2 possessions, and it has spelled trouble. That's 5 second-chance points, and now a turnover. Turner was trying to send it down low, taken away by Barnes. Barnes the other way. Sends it to Barrett. He squeezes off a 3 and knocks it down. Timeout for the Bucks. Milwaukee currently sitting in what is a 7-point hole as the Raptors continue to shoot the line. More BMO.com/Bucks. Well, The Raptors are on an 8-0 scoring run, and they have already scored 9 points off of turnovers and second chance points. 9 of their 20, and we have just played 4 minutes in this game. The Bucks have simply got to clean some of that up. Rollins has it on the near wing. He's going to slip through a couple defenders, and a nice shot touching it softly off the window and good, snapping the 8-0 scoring run. As Milwaukee still perfect from the floor at 5 of 5. Raptors on the other side. Emmanuel quickly lofts it down over to Ingram, back out to Quickly. He fires and hits another three. Well, Toronto at some point has got to cool off. They've hit 6 of 7 from three-point range, and that is not sustainable. Green going to try to answer. However, his shot misses short. First miss of the night for the Bucks, who had made their first 3 three-point attempts. So Toronto out in front by 8 now, with Ingram handing it off to Barnes. Barnes pass knocked away. Oh, Rollins diving for the loose ball, trying to keep it alive. He did, but he had his foot on the line. And, boy, you got to love that hustle from Ryan Rollins right there. So it is going to be Toronto basketball out of bounds. Rollins read it well, almost had the steal. He comes into this game averaging better than 2 steals a game, 7th in the league, but even better on deflections, where he's 2nd in the league at 5.3 deflections a game. Raptors will have it. Ingram to send it. He gets the ball into R.J. Barrett. Barrett's defended by A.J. Green across the midcourt logo. Passes it off, gets it back. Barrett driving down the right side of the lane, puts up a tough shot, gets bailed out with a late whistle as the shot missed everything. And if that's on Green, it's his 2nd. So 2 fouls on A.J. Green here in the opening 5 minutes. And we'll see if Doc Rivers elects to go to the bench. Taurean Prince has just jumped up. So Barrett is at the line with a chance to make it a 10-point lead for Toronto. In the first meeting, Milwaukee used a 14-8 run in the final 4 minutes to break open a 108-108 tie en route to the 122-116 win in this building, a game that saw 19 lead changes and was close throughout. Prince just came into the game. Also, Mamu Kelishvili comes in for the Toronto Raptors, a former Milwaukee Buck. As he replaces Jakob Poeltl, A.J. Green takes a seat. Second free throw is up, and it is good, as Barrett had missed the first free throw but hits the second. So the ball rolled away, and now after a little bit of a delay, Giannis will get it in his hands and look to inbound, with Toronto showing 3 defenders in the backcourt, putting some full-court pressure on Milwaukee. This team does like to try to force the issue, force turnovers, and force mistakes. Ryan Rollins ahead. He hands it on the right wing to Prince. When they're not getting those turnovers, the Raptors' defense has been suspect, though, this year. Turner's got it at the top of the arc. Lobs it inside to Giannis, who had the height advantage. He lays it up and in. Got inside the defense. I think that was Quickly that was on him, but he lays it in. Or was it the rookie out there, Colin Murray Boyles, who did not play in the last meeting? Murray Boyles drives down. He's going to turn it over. Lost it in the lane. Ball's picked up, poked away, and taken by Prince. Prince will hand it off on the right wing now for the Bucks. Rollins sends it down low to Giannis, who was defended by Sandro Mamu Kelishvili, who fouled him. 2 former teammates. Sandro got his hard knocks in the NBA delivered by Giannis in practice, game in and game out his first couple years in the league. Here comes the inbound pass from Taurean Prince. Mamu Kelishvili in his first season with Toronto after spending the last couple of years in San Antonio. Inbound pass will go to Turner. Turner works it to the right wing. Now over to Trent, now to Giannis. Giannis working on the rookie, goes right by him and hammers it home. He treated Colin Murray Boyles like a turnstile there, and now Darko Rajakovic has seen enough. He's going to use a timeout. So we will take it with him. Well, got a new player in. It is Jamal Shed out there as the Raptors had it, and Mamu Kelishvili was surrounded by the twin towers of Giannis and Miles Turner, and deliberated a little bit too much there. Got called for the traveling violation as he was throwing on a couple head fakes, doing a couple dance moves, and it was all just too much for JT Orr as he blows the whistle. Bucks basketball going the other direction after the Raptors commit. Well, it'll go as their second turnover. Here's Ryan Rollins on the other end. Bounce pass to Giannis at the top of the arc. Giannis has scored the last 2 buckets for Milwaukee. He's going to try to make it 3 straight. Couldn't get the first effort, then couldn't get the second tap in amongst a trio of defenders, and now Toronto goes the other way. Ingram spins into the front court. Passes to the left wing. Mamu fires up a 3. That rims halfway in before it pops back out. Bucks go the other way. Milwaukee into the front court with Taurean Prince fending off the defense of Jamal Shed. They dump it to Giannis again. Giannis spinning down low, just corkscrews his way through the defense and lays it in with a foul. Hot knife meet butter. Giannis was not going to be denied there as he's got a chance to get his team back to within 2 as he has scored 6 unanswered points in this game now. So Cole Anthony will come in now for Milwaukee. First substitute since Taurean Prince checked in for A.J. Green, and now Ryan Rollins will take his first seat on the bench. Giannis on the season, just 62% at the line. Giannis has seen his and one opportunities limited this year. Take of that what you will as he hits the free throw. He's only had now 6 and 1 opportunities this season. That is 20th in the league for the guy who has led the league by a wide margin each of the last 3 years in those opportunities. Zone defense here. 3-point shot wouldn't go from the left side from Barrett. Milwaukee's going the other way, down by 2. Come from 9 points down on a 7-0 run led by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's Cole Anthony drawing the contact. He gets the shot to go with a foul. He'll have an opportunity at another 3-point play. Kisses it in off the window, just muscling his way through a couple defenders there as he was fouled by the former lottery pick last summer, Colin Murray Boyles, out of South Carolina, 20 years old. He was the first South Carolina lottery pick in the modern NBA draft era. And now Anthony with a chance to give the Bucks the lead back on what would be the 5th lead change of this first quarter. He cannot. Misses the shot wide right. So here comes Toronto the other direction with it. Into the front court. Jamal Shed hesitates. Now drives. Gets an opening. Then lobs the pass or a shot. I don't know if it was a shot or a pass. It ended up in Mamu's hands, and Mamu Kelishvili couldn't finish it. Kuzma goes the other way for the Bucks. Hands to the cutter. Miles Turner. He'll find Prince all alone in the corner. 3-point shot. That caroms off the back iron, and we remain tied at 24. Barrett, little stutter step. He takes it one side to the other on a coast-to-coast layup on the other end of the floor. Raptors by 2 again. Here comes Milwaukee. Cole Anthony into the front court. Crossing over around the screen from Turner. Hesitates, now drives, flicks the pass to the corner. Prince will try his luck again, and it's the same result, but an offensive rebound this time for Anthony. Anthony's floater deadens on the back iron and bounces out. Toronto the other way. Milwaukee starting to cool off now all of a sudden. They've missed 3 straight shots. Here's Ingram working on Kuzma. Takes it down low. His pass was kicked on its way down for Mamu Kelishvili. You can tell the Bucks are really trying to exploit that lack of true size in the interior, particularly when Pirtle's not in there. Bobby Portis will come in for Miles Turner now, and the only starter out there for the Bucks currently is Gary Trent Jr. Grady Dick just also checked in for Toronto. So the Raptors will inbound to Shed. He's out there with Ingram and along with Murray Boyles, Mamu Kelishvili, and Dick. Here's a handoff. Sneed fires a 3 and sticks it from the near wing. Jamal Shed knocking down the 3. That's his 9th of the season. He came in shooting 50% from distance. They got a couple guys like that on this team who have just been shooting it really well this season, and that's continued today. Turnaround floater from Cole Anthony. He left it short, so he's missed his last 3 after he had that and one. 3-point try from Ingram in transition. That misses. Gary Trent with a rebound. Passes out of a trio of defenders trying to force the steal. Bucks to capitalize on the other side as the outlet feed ahead to Kuzma, who punches it through with a 2-hand dunk. So when you go for the turnover and you miss, it can open you up. And that's what just happened. Brandon Ingram, a head fake. He'll take it into the paint. Now back out top. Gets it back in his hands on the right wing. Dribbles with the left hand. Now scoops it out. Murray Boyles thought about the three. He's going to drive into the paint. Has it knocked away a couple times, but got it back and sends out to Shed. Another three-pointer from Shed. This time he misses. Bobby Portis with a rebound. He puts the bear hug on before he passes it off to Kuzma. Kuzma spinning on the other side. He loses it at midcourt. Shed comes over and pries it free. Now to Mamu Kelishvili, who hammers it home with a two-hand dunk. So Toronto's going to force some of those mistakes, and that's kind of how they play. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. We saw the Bucks get away from one of those spots and score a transition bucket. This time, the turnover was pride-free, and Jamal Shed sets up Mamu for the two-hand slam. So it's now a 5-point advantage again for Toronto. Bucks will have it going the other way. Full-court pressure from Shed again. It's handled into the front court by Anthony. Cole Anthony being trailed by Shed. Gets the contact, floats up the shot, wouldn't go, but they're going to call the foul, and I'm not sure they're going to give him a shot here. Well, either way, it doesn't matter because Toronto's in the penalty. Bucks still have one more foul to give, but they are in the penalty, so 2 shots regardless of whether it was a shooting foul or not. Now the million-dollar question, can the Bucks make a free throw? This has been a real bugaboo. Giannis made 3 shots to start it, and then Cole Anthony missed the last one. Actually, Turner made a pair, and then Giannis had one. Now Anthony hits the first. Amir Coffey coming in for Gary Trent now, and Scotty Barnes is back into the mix as he'll replace Brandon Ingram for the Raptors. Cole Anthony had a big showing against Toronto the last time these teams played. He had 23 points, 7 assists in a game that saw him go 3 of 7 from distance, 9 of 14 from the field. He hits both free throws here, and Anthony has 4 early points for Milwaukee. Raptors go the other way with it. Shed lofts it over to Mamu Kelishvili, now to Barnes. Barnes back to Mamu. Mamu with a head fake. Bucks scrambling on defense. Shed has it now on the left wing, drives inside into Mamu Kelishvili. Couldn't make the shot over Kuzma. Kuzma challenged him up top, and he wins that battle. Milwaukee going the other way. Outlet feed to Kuzma, who got fouled by Scotty Barnes, so that sends Kuz to the line. Again, the Raptors, they are a team that does foul a lot. They have sent their opponents to the stripe about as much as anybody in the league, the third most of any team. They have the number 29 opponent free throw attempt rate, meaning there are typically a lot of chances for their opposition. See if the Bucks can capitalize tonight. First free throw misses from Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma's averaging just about 16 points a game over his last 3. That was after he tied for the second most points he'd scored as a Buck with 22 points in the game against Sacramento, where he had 16 in the fourth quarter, and he hits the second free throw here. So we'll keep a close eye on those free throws tonight. Bucks 6 of 8 from the line. Raptors have only attempted 3 on 2 of 3, so that's a promising start for Milwaukee. We'll see if it can hold. Barnes going to launch one from 17. That misses back iron. Bobby Portis snatches down the rebound. He'll give it to Cole Anthony. All reserves out there currently for the Bucks. Anthony passes to Portis. He'll step into a 3. Missed it. Wide left and strong. Rebounded by Barnes. Scotty Barnes going the other way now for the Raptors into the front court. Passes it near wing left. 3-pointer from Mamu Kelishvili, who drains it to put the Raptors back ahead by 5. 34-29. We got 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Toronto in this quarter has hit 8 of 13 from 3-point range. Bucks have to retreat and get that basketball picked up in the backcourt where Prince grabbed it. Shot clock's at 7 now as they get to going in their offense. Anthony's on the left wing with Mamu on him. Passes to Prince, a head fake. Taurean Prince blocked by Scotty Barnes as the shot clock was winding down. So, shot clock violation. Scotty Barnes, one of the better defenders you're going to see out there, comes into this game in the top 10 in blocked shots per game, and he knew Prince was going to have to launch that thing, so he was camped out and ready to lunge. Shed's going to take a seat on the bench along with Murray Boyles. Quickly is back in for Toronto. Also checking in for the Raptors, Jacoby Walter, second-year pro out of Baylor. Raptors with a 5-point lead have led by as many as 9 points here in this first quarter. Barnes going to try another mid-range shot. Misses again, almost the same spot, maybe a step or two back. Bucks looking to run. Anthony feeds ahead to Kuzma, and Kuzma too much on the shot off the window. And now Barnes looking to run. He'll go the other way, passes it off to Quickly. Now to the corner, Grady Dick knocks down the three. So that's what happens when you miss those transition opportunities. It makes you susceptible going the other way. Both teams want to run. Kuzma with a head fake. He'll drive inside now, and he's going to turn it over. It was plucked out by Scotty Barnes on that cross-court feed. Raptors looking to score again in transition. Quickly's three misses, and we've got a whistle and a foul. Who's it on? It's on the Bucks. So Milwaukee had one foul to give with 31.2 seconds to go, though. The Raptors with an 8-point lead and the possession here in this first quarter. Toronto has been riding their three-point shooting. That's not something we thought we'd say for this group coming into the season. A year ago, we're not good in that regard, but they've added some pieces, Brandon Ingram being one, and Scotty Barnes shooting the ball well, although he hasn't tonight, per se. Mamu Kelishvili in traffic, floats up a jump hook. He couldn't hit it. He was getting pushed around. The physicality is still an area Mamu's going to have to improve on. Three-point try from Kuzma, who was firing that up from the right wing and missed it short, so Toronto now will have a chance for the final shot. I'm not sure that's the shot Doc Rivers was after. It was not a 2-for-1 or anything like that. Quickly gets it to Barnes. Barnes at the free throw line, defended by Portis. He'll fade, he'll fire, and he'll hit with 0.1 seconds on the clock. So that'll do it on a first quarter that sees the Toronto Raptors score. Toronto to close out the first. Cole Anthony's out there with Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, Taurean Prince, and Amir Coffey, all reserves again for the Bucks. Portis gets a good look at a three, but he misses again. Bobby has struggled at times to find his flow this season. Bobby tonight has missed both of his shots, open threes, both of them. Three-point shot from Grady Dick missed too strong on the other side. Rebound tipped over to Anthony. He'll move it ahead to Kuzma, out of Prince in the corner. Taurean gets it to Portis. Portis left of the lane. He's defended tightly by Jakob Poeltl. Puts it on the floor, backing his way in on Pirtle. Turns around, little jump hook, wouldn't go. Rebound pulled down, though, by Kuzma. Kuzma's cross-court pass to Coffey. Out top it comes to Cole Anthony. He steps into a three, and he knocks it down. Grady Dick was going for the steal. He missed, and that opened the door just enough for Anthony to step into that three-pointer. The Michelob Ultra 3, just the fourth of the night for the Bucks. They missed 7 straight prior to that one. On the other side, we got a floater that goes up and in as quickly gets Toronto back out in front by 10 again. I think they only called that a 2 because it's still a 10-point game. Portis misses the pull-up jumper on the other side from about 18. Four shots, 4 misses so far for Bobby. Quickly on the other end. Around the pick and roll with Pirtle. Moves it near wing right to Barnes. Looks right now, dribbles left. At the top of the circle to pick up his dribble. Somehow threads the needle through a crowd of defenders. And now it's a shot from Pirtle. That ball is off the mark and the rebound knocked away from a Buck, but out of bounds off of Toronto. Bucks ball with 10:27 to play in the second quarter. Bucks have not led since it was 13-12 at the 8:40 mark of the first quarter. Raptors by 10. Bucks on the second of a back-to-back tonight. Cole Anthony throws on the Jets, getting around the defense from quickly. Inside it goes to Kuzma. Kuzma pivots, does a little pirouette, and lays it in through contact with a foul. So Kyle Kuzma will step to the free throw line. Talked about his increased scoring here of late. He's been playing better offensively, looking more comfortable. And tonight, he's got 5 points in 7 minutes with a free throw coming and a chance to get this to a 7-point game again. Rotation will be interesting to watch for Doc Rivers tonight. Again, no rest tonight. As Barnes checks out of the game, he's replaced by Jacoby Walter. For Milwaukee, they are starting a stretch over 12 days that will see them play 3 back-to-backs. This is their busiest stretch of the season. And here is the free throw. It is no good for Kuzma. So Kuz has now missed twice at the free throw line on his 3 free throw attempts. Remains an 8-point lead for the Raptors. Emmanuel quickly on the left wing around the Pirtle screen. He'll tee up a 3. That one misses too strong. Long rebound tapped by Portis and picked up by Kuzma. Kuzma off and running. He spun, but he spun into trouble. As Walter came from the backside and picked his pocket. Here comes Toronto the other direction on the steal. Barrett has it knocked away by Kuzma, but Kuzma got his hand caught in the cookie jars. He'll get called for the foul. First team foul for the Bucks here in the second quarter. And for Kyle Kuzma, that's his first. But they're going to say he was shooting. So R.J. Barrett will step to the free throw line where he's a 78% shooter this year. 70% for his career. And he'll hit the first. Hey, Bucks fans, at Pick and Save, you never compromise on the court or in the aisles. You get up-high quality that's always fresh and down low prices on everything you need. Pick and Save, proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Second free throw is no good. Cole Anthony goes flying in and gets the rebound. Good job pursuing that loose ball for Anthony there, the smallest guy on the floor. Anthony around a big screen from Portis. Whips the pass to Coffey. Coffey was all by himself but missed the 3. Bucks hit their first three three-pointers tonight. They were 3 of 3, couldn't miss. They've now missed 8 in a row. Quickly on the other end, he's at the top of the arc. Defended by Coffey around the Pirtle screen. Dancing through defenders. Swings the pass to Barrett. Barrett cranks up a 3. That's no good. Another rebound for Cole Anthony. So Anthony coming off the bench, his 4th rebound already tonight. He's crossing over on Grady Dick. Passes over to Prince. Prince fires another 3 and another miss. Well, you thought the Bucks would never miss a three-pointer. Now it feels like they'll never score one again. R.J. Barrett slaloms his way through a 3 crowd of defenders and draws the whistle on the foul. He's going to the line for 2. A.J. Green gets set to come back in now for Milwaukee. It has been a long, extended stretch for the Milwaukee reserves, and Toronto has been able to capitalize against those guys as the first free throw from Barrett misses. Toronto got a chance to use their favorite starting lineup here tonight, but coming into this game, their big 5 had been getting beat up. In 52 minutes together, that combination of Quickly, Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, and Pirtle had all been outscored by over 20 points per 100 possessions. Surprising figure. Second free throw goes in for Barrett, and it is back to a 10-point advantage for Toronto. Cole Anthony going the other way now for Milwaukee. Crosses the midcourt stripe behind the back dribble. Now sends it near wing left to Kuzma. Back to Anthony on the near wing. Anthony, cross-court pass to Portis. Portis drives inside on Pirtle, and he'll toss it off the window and in. So Bobby cracks the code for the first time tonight. He's got his first make on his fifth shot as Emmanuel quickly goes the other direction. Bucks back to single digits, down by 8. Barrett sends over to Quickly. Quickly drives into the paint. He pulls up. His shot up and good. Teardrop from about 10 feet out, straight on. 8:24 to play in the second quarter. Bucks trailing 45-35 with the basketball now. Cole Anthony on the other end. Sends out top. Portis alone from 3. He'll let it fly, and he just can't get it to drop. It's almost like they're daring him to shoot the threes. Bobby comes into tonight shooting 42% from 3. Pirtle takes off on the other side and hammers it home with a one-hand jam as the Bucks defense had evaporated inside. Not a lot of rim protection out there with this current lineup for Milwaukee. Here's Prince. Prince in the paint. Fakes the pass over to Kuzma. And then gets it to Green. Green hands it to Kuzma. And Kuzma will lace a 3 from the near wing. So he finally snaps that three-point shooting drought for the Bucks that had seen them miss 11 straight. But they get that one to go, and it's another Michelob Ultra 3 for Milwaukee. Here's a three-pointer on the other end. Right back at you. So says Jacoby Walter. As the second-year man hits just his third three-pointer of the season. 50-38, back to a dozen-point lead for Toronto. Cole Anthony fends off 2 defenders on his left hip and lays it in with the right hand, gliding to the rim. Toronto going quickly the other way, and I do mean Emmanuel quickly. They send it to the left side. Head fake from 3 as it's going to be Jacoby Walter handing it off. R.J. Barrett driving in, and he's going to turn it over. That's not something the Raptors have done a whole lot of tonight, just their third turnover here in the opening 17 minutes of this game. Here comes Miles Turner back in for the Bucks with Ryan Rollins as Cole Anthony and Taurean Prince exit stage left. Cole Anthony tonight has had a fruitful start to his night. 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in 10 minutes. Again, he had a big game here in Toronto last time the Bucks played in this building on October 24th. That was just about 10 days ago in Game 2 of this young season. Rollins attacks inside, couldn't finish it. Portis fighting for the rebound, or it was actually Turner, and then Rollins gave chase and did a terrific job of bouncing that ball off Jamal Shed back to his team. So the Bucks are going to have the ball when we come back. Still down by 10, just have not been. That has really been the difference so far in this game. Bobby Portis will hand it to Green, right back to Portis. Portis from the left wing. He'll let one fly. Another three-pointer goes a miss for Bobby, who has missed all 4 of his three-point shots. He's now 1 of 7 shooting. Jamal Shed, a bounce pass down low. Ingram funnels it to the corner. Mamu Kelishvili driving laterally now. Has nowhere to go with it. Does find a way to get it over the outstretched hands of Rollins to Ingram. Ingram puts up a contested shot, and he hits a tough one over Bobby Portis straight on. So Ingram connects on that one from about 21 feet away, and now we got an offensive foul against Bobby Portis. He was screening for Rollins, and he's going to take a seat. It's been a tough start for BP tonight. Giannis is going to come into the game as he will be joined by Gary Trent Jr. as Kuzma also takes a seat. 12-point lead for the Raptors. That's their biggest that they have had tonight. Jamal Shed moves it into the front court, hands it off to Ingram. Ingram calling for a screener. Now he'll send the pass to the left wing as he feathers it to Shed. Shed underhand scoops it back to Barnes. Barnes bobbing and weaving, defended by Giannis with 5 to shoot. Going to pass it back out. Here's a drive. Murray Boyle's high teardrop is up and in from 14 feet. So it is a 54-40 lead now for Toronto as the Raptors continue to light up the scoreboard, shooting 50% now as a team, 53% from distance. Raptors missed 5 of their first shots in this quarter, but they've made 5 straight since. Here's a nice feed up top. Giannis goes up and climbs the ladder and sends it down with a dunk. So a beautiful alley-oop for the Bucks, getting some needed points going the other way on a great feed from Turner, and a three-pointer on the other side misses from Mamu Kelishvili. Giannis off and running now. He gets fouled by Jamal Shed. So Giannis is back out there. Expect that foul count to start going up for the opposition again. And that's kind of the way things have been going for the Bucks. So that foul will be charged up on Shed, his second, and again, second team foul for the Raptors. A.J. Green will send it in. For the Bucks, it's Green, Giannis, Rollins, Turner, and Gary Trent. Rollins catches the inbound pass around the Turner screen, sends it to Turner. Turner flicks the wrist, and he sticks the 3 from the near wing left. Bucks need to start seeing some of those babies go down again. Miles Turner gets the Bucks back to within 9. Here's Ingram the other way. Sends it out top to Shed, back to Ingram. He'll pass to Barnes. Barnes trying to answer. His three-pointer misses, but a long rebound batted out and controlled by Shed. Back to Barnes. Barnes has got Rollins all over him, so he'll pass it away to Shed. Now they send it to the left wing. Ingram puts up a contested shot, and he rattles it through. Boy, he's making tough shots now. Brandon Ingram, the mid-range maestro of his own right. You hear DeMar DeRozan refer to that, but Ingram can fill it up that way too. Here's a hard drive from Ryan Rollins. The shot wouldn't go, and then there was a foul call against the Bucks. So Ryan Rollins trying to regain that form that saw him put up 25 points as a career high against the Knicks, followed it up with a 32-point career high 2 nights later against the Golden State Warriors, but hasn't been able to refine that dominance here of late. Actually, I beg your pardon. It was the first game against Golden State. I had it right, against the Knicks and then against the Warriors. Yep. So here comes Toronto the other way. Barnes has it at the top of the arc. He's defended by Turner. Puts it on the floor. Turner stumbles. Barnes hands it off. Good ball movement, but the shot missed up close from Murray Boyles. Giannis comes away with it. He's driving the other way. Big stride down the lane, but he couldn't finish using the left hand. Picked up going the other way by Murray Boyles. Gives it to Shed. Shed's racing off. Nice dish to Barnes, and then Barnes wiggles his way free to lay it in up close. It is a 13-point lead for the Raptors. 58-45. Ryan Rollins going the other way now for Milwaukee. He's going to launch one up from the top of the arc. Missed it short. Raptors go the other way with a 58-45 lead. Ingram crossing over on Giannis. Hands it off to Barnes. Barnes on the near wing. 3:43 to play in this first half. Sandro Mamu Kelishvili driving on Turner. Rifles it out near side to Shed. Shed uncorks a 3. Couldn't hit, but an offensive rebound for Mamu Kelishvili. Now it's Shed driving into the paint. Off to Barnes. Barnes lays it in with a foul. Well, you just can't give this opposition that many chances. Bucks have been a little bit better about that here tonight, but That is still 6 offensive rebounds and now 8 second chance points for the Raptors. Doc Rivers talked about the importance of trying to protect those defensive boards, but it's despite the Bucks coming into this game ranking 17th in defensive rebounding percentage, they're still top 10 in fewest second chance points allowed this year, coming in at 13.6 points a game. As the free throw is good. And for that matter, you can make the case even the points off turnovers have been good, given the fact that the Bucks are 12th in turnover rate, but 4th in points off turnovers per game. So they've been getting away with some stuff. Rollins hands to Giannis. Giannis got blocked down low, gets it back. He's still trying to power it up, and again has the ball knocked away, this time by Ingram. And there's a bit of a frustration foul from Giannis, and Giannis thought he was fouled, and he didn't get the call, and then he's frustrated that when Toronto got the ball, they got the call. He is currently doing his best. I am not going to blow up impersonation here as he's talking to JT Orr, trying to argue his case. We are going to see a timeout used on the floor by the Bucks. 3:07 to play. We're in the second quarter. All Toronto in this first. All law. And we did get a technical foul, evidently, as Brandon Ingram is going to the line to shoot a free throw after both Giannis and Doc Rivers were out there. So the Bucks here in the second quarter have shot just 35%. Raptors at 50% in the quarter. Neither team has shot it well from three after the teams combined to hit their first 7 straight threes. Bucks 2 of 8 from three. The Raptors 1 of 7, but this guy's been a problem. Brandon Ingram sticks another mid-range jumper. So Ingram's getting loose. He's now sitting with 9 points, most of that damage here in this quarter. Here comes Milwaukee the other way. Rollins lobs to Giannis. Giannis down low with Mamu on him, and also Scotty Barnes gives it to Turner. Turner got a clean look at it, couldn't make it. Giannis gets the rebound, though, and lays it right back up and in. And he's frustrated. He looked like he got bumped there again. but no call. So going the other way, the Raptors get into the front court, and it looks like Toronto's going to use a timeout now. Is that what the ruling was there? Was that a timeout? Yeah, it was. And now Darko Rajakovic is arguing with Gediminas Petrides. Well, nobody ever said this job was easy. Officials dealing with angry coaches and the such. Curious to see. I never saw who that technical foul was issued against earlier. It was a personal foul on Giannis, and I still don't see anything on the play-by-play that suggests why Ingram went to the free throw line. So it wasn't recorded on the play-by-play. We'll see if we can get an answer on who it was on. It was a take foul is what they called. Okay, so it was not a technical foul. It was a take foul. How about that on Giannis? Man, tough break. 64-47, Raptors with the sizable lead here. They're going to have the basketball when we resume play. Giannis with 11 points, 5 rebounds in his 11 minutes here tonight. Coming off of a game that saw him pour 31 points, or 33 points in, with 13 rebounds and 5 assists when we last saw him in action last night. Against this Raptors team, he was maybe even more impressive. 31 points, 20 rebounds with 7 assists in that game. He was 11 of 14 from the free throw line in that game. He's only attempted 1 free throw tonight. Raptors have it. Brandon Ingram being trailed by Gary Trent. Head fake from just inside the free throw line, and he gets to his spot again and hits. Boy, Brandon Ingram is just putting on a shooting clinic now. In this quarter, he has been dominant on that mid-range jumper. Giannis the other way. Passes out to Turner. Back to Giannis. Giannis probing inside. And we got a whistle and foul against Murray Boyles. That'll be the 3rd team foul for the Raptors, who have embarked on a 12-2 scoring run over the last about 3 minutes. So here comes the inbound pass on the near side. For Murray Boyles, that foul will be his 3rd. And I think Darko Rajakovic, head coach for the Raptors, is going to take him out of the game. He will. So Murray Boyles will take a seat. Coming in to replace him, we'll see Mobo come in. He'll get his first action of the evening. Here comes the inbound pass from Ryan Rollins. Rollins gets it to Giannis. Giannis defended by Mobo. Flicks the pass to Turner from the right wing. Turner's three-point shot bounces a couple times on the rim, but hit the front iron and wouldn't drop. Transition 3 from Emmanuel quickly off the back iron, no good, but an offensive rebound pulled down by Mamu Kelishvili. He kicks it out to Barrett. R.J. Barrett too strong on the 3. Well, thank God the three-point shots aren't going down for the Raptors. Otherwise, this thing would be getting even more ugly. Here's a good feed inside on the other end. Trent sets up Giannis, who glides to the rim and lays it in up close. Raptors just 1 of 9 from three-point range here in this quarter. But they've been worlds better inside the arc, and it's been this dude, Brandon Ingram, leading the charge. Ingram drew 3 defenders. Sends a cross-court pass over to Barrett. Barrett got fouled on the floor before the shot. That was not going to matter because the Bucks are in the penalty anyway, so it's going to be 2 free throws coming for R.J. Barrett as he will step to the line. Bucks have won 4 straight in this series in 8 of the last 11, but you just had a feeling this was going to be a tough one for the Bucks tonight. They were going to have to buck the trend on the second of a really rugged back-to-back from playing last night. But, you know, we thought that last meeting was also going to be a tough one here in this building, and it was. But the Bucks battled and were resilient. See if they've got that kind of moxie and resilience tonight. They're going to have to showcase it. Down by now 18 points, 67-49. Second free throw misses from Barrett. Turner with a rebound. We'll get it to Ryan Rollins. Rollins going the other way with 1:10 to play here in the first half. Raptors scored 39 points in the first quarter. They've got 28 here in the second, where they've outscored Milwaukee 28-20. Turner going to fire one up from 3, and he sticks it from the right side. So Miles Turner bangs one home for the Bucks. Another Michelob Ultra 3, his second of the night. He's got 10 points and 5 boards. Raptors running the other way. Wide open three from R.J. Barrett through their rotation, and he'll nail it from the top of the arc. So Toronto finally gets one of those threes to drop here in this quarter after they had a torrid start to this game in the first quarter. Here's a drive inside Rollins on the other end, rejected by Barrett. Get the sense team starting to get a little bit of a feel for what to expect from Rollins now as there's more tape out. And now Mamu Kelishvili drains the three on the other end from the near wing. So that lead is ballooned to 21 points now as Milwaukee's got it going the other way. Ryan Rollins, left of the lane. Crossing over on Mamu Kelishvili. Dribbles it laterally. Nice bounce pass inside to Giannis, who's hanging on the rim with another dunk. Great setup there from Ryan Rollins, who dishes out what'll go as his second assist of the night. Make it his third. Here's Quickly the other way, going downhill. Circling under with Turner in hot pursuit. Then went down to the ground and just put the ball up in the air as if he was trying to get a foul called and couldn't get it. Then Giannis was trying to draw a foul. He doesn't get the foul call as the final seconds tick off the clock in a rough first half of basketball for Milwaukee. 73-54. Raptors going to take a 19-point lead into the break. We'll step aside. Come back with more in a moment. Justin Garcia on the other side of this timeout with your BMO halftime report. This is the BMO Bucks Radio Network. 14-5 in fast break points. So the Bucks are going to start with the basketball. Same five that started the game for Milwaukee, with Trent taking the inbound pass from Green, along with Rollins, Giannis, Miles Turner, as well out there, and A.J. Green. We got a whistle and a foul on Ingram on the first play, with Giannis having him draped around his legs away from the ball. For the Raptors, their same five from the first half as well. Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, R.J. Barrett, and Emmanuel Quickley. As the Bucks come out in the forest green Icon Edition uniforms, where the Raptors are in the home white Association Edition uniforms with red numbers and lettering. A.J. Green being pursued outside by Barrett. He'll hand to Giannis, gets it back in his hands, and he drills a three from straight on. How many times have we seen that to start a second half this year? A.J. Green, only 2 shot attempts in the first half. He hits his third right there. So the Bucks get a Michelob Ultra 3, and now it's Jakob Poeltl floating up a teardrop that wouldn't go, but an offensive rebound batted out by Poeltl. And once again, the Raptors with another crack at it. And Scotty Barnes won't be able to hit it. Missed it from the near baseline. Bucks maybe with a little window of opportunity here. Rollins driving quickly the other way. He gets tied up by Scotty Barnes again. Second time those two will go to the jump circle for a held ball. This Raptors offense has been putting up good numbers against Milwaukee this season. The last 5 quarters, and going back to the last 3 of the first meeting, they've scored over 30 points in each of those quarters. 35, 32, 30 in the last 3 quarters of the last game, and then 39 points in the first quarter tonight, and 34 in the second quarter. Gediminas Petraitis getting set to put the ball up between, again, Barnes and Rollins at the free throw line jump circle. And now we're going to see JT Orr walk over there to tell Emmanuel Quickley to back off a little bit behind Rollins. All right, ball's up, and Barnes, for the second time in as many jump balls, wins it back for the Raptors. Toronto 73, Milwaukee 57. Emmanuel Quickley around the Poeltl screen. And they send it down low to Barnes. Barnes defended by Rollins. Bounce pass underneath. Poeltl gets alone and lays it up close off the window. Bucks down once again, 75-57. 18-point lead for a Raptors team that's led by as many as 21 and has not trailed since the opening 3 minutes of this game. Giannis on the near wing, looking at his zone defense now from Toronto. They feed it inside. Rollins got blocked underneath by, that was Barrett getting in the way of the shot. Rollins just 1 for 6 shooting the ball now tonight. Here's Ingram, top of the circle, defended by Gary Trent. Works the pass right wing to Barnes, right back to Ingram now at the top of the arc. Ingram directing traffic, now driving and pulling up on A.J. Green. This time he leaves it short. He's been hitting that thing regularly. This Raptors team's just shooting the ball better, not only tonight, but this season. Rollins sees an opening, drives to it, and then lays it in with a reverse layup. A little wrinkle into his driving there, as oftentimes he's gone up on that front side of the rim. This time he uses the reverse side, and it's enough to throw the Raptors' help side defense off. Here's Quickley working on Rollins. Sends it out top to Barrett. R.J. Barrett defended by A.J. Green. Into the paint. Spins his way in. Now has to back it out. Scotty Barnes had the ball knocked away by Turner, but he gets it back and flips it up and in late in the shot clock. How in the world did he pull that off? It was a terrific job by Miles Turner to poke that ball free, but somehow Barnes' presence of mind not only to pick it up but then to score that. Turner goes driving, and he was out of control going at Poeltl and missed it badly on an off-balance leaner. So the Raptors go in the other direction with it now. Ingram's got it on the right baseline, being pursued by Gary Trent. Now drives laterally into the paint. Pulls up, fades and fires, and he's short again. Offensive rebound going for the... Looks like the Raptors will get another opportunity as Poeltl got fouled, they'll say, by Miles Turner. Boy, it has been a tall order and a major lift for the Bucks to get defensive rebounds. First foul on Turner, and it's Raptors ball out of bounds out in front by 18 with still 9:14 to play in the third. Inbound pass to Poeltl. That draws Miles Turner out to the top of the arc. He'll hand it off to Ingram. Ingram working on A.J. Green. Pulls up around the free throw line, and this time he rattles it through. Brandon Ingram's got 11 points in 19 minutes. Feels like he's got more than that. Maybe it's because this has been coming from inside the arc. Raptors by 20. Rollins on the near wing. Crossing over, bobbing and weaving, goes into the paint, sends it out. Gary Trent has it. Navigating through defenders. Now he backpedals. Entry pass to Giannis. Giannis with 4 players wrapped all over him. He'll lay it in anyway with a foul. I mean, if you want a picture of what makes this dude so dangerous, just look at that snapshot. 4 players in white uniforms surrounding Giannis as he catches it low. He's got a chance for a 3-point play anyway. Literally, he was looking at a team poster. And he just scored it anyway. There was just no one to stop him. Well, he's got 17 points again tonight with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. And he's at the line now, playing 17 minutes tonight so far in this game. But he missed the shot short. How much more juice does that guy have left in the tank after a game like he played last night? Barrett on the other side comes to a jump stop, drew the whistle on the foul. I think it was on the floor. It should be team foul number 2 for the Bucks. It was on Rollins, and they are going to give him shots. So R.J. Barrett will step to the free throw line for the Raptors. Give you a picture of what the difference has been for this Raptors team this season. Last year, they go 30-52, finish 11th in the East as the first free throw goes in. They were one of 2 teams that ranked in the bottom 10 in shooting in all 5 of the main areas on the court. This year, it's been a totally different story. They're one of 3 teams shooting 70% or better in the restricted area and 40% or better over the above the break three-point area. And then mid-range, bottom 10 last year, they are number 2 in the league this year at 50% coming into tonight's game. Second free throw went in. 20-point lead once again for Toronto. They come into this game tonight 4th in the league at 50% overall from the floor. A.J. Green leans back and uncorks a beauty from 3 in the near corner right. So he delivers another nice-looking shot, and it's back to a 17-point game. Still plenty of time. We'll see if the Bucks have the energy necessary, as they'll need to find some requisite drive to get back into this thing. Here's a runner that misses on the other side, but a blocking foul going against the Bucks, and having a hard time getting stops. So more free throws coming for Toronto, and we'll continue to beat this drum for opponents that have just been piling up free throw attempts against this Milwaukee team. Two straight games, teams have shot more than 38 free throws or more against Milwaukee. Read somewhere that hadn't happened one time to a single team in the last 2 seasons in the NBA. It happened twice in as many nights over the last 2. First free throw is good. Emmanuel Quickley's first free throw, and Milwaukee will make a substitution as A.J. Green checks out. Kyle Kuzma comes in. So Green got called for his 4th foul on that last whistle, and so that's why he checks out of the game. Quickly knocks down both free throws, and Toronto back out in front by 19. Giannis bounces the ball off of, I don't know whether it's off of Rollins or a Toronto player, but he's got it now as he moves it into the front court. Saying, I'm just going to do this whole thing by myself. I'll inbound it to myself. I'll score by myself, and whatever I got to do. Good setup here as Gary Trent Jr. finds his way into the paint on a no-look dish to Kyle Kuzma, who kisses it in up close. Toronto the other way. R.J. Barrett fouled by Trent, who got a hand in there, and that is the last foul to give for the Bucks now, with 7:35 still remaining here in this third quarter. Raptors have already attempted 15 free throws, and you wonder if that number is about to tick upward. Milwaukee 10 free throw attempts. Giannis has only been to the line for 2 shots. Toronto's got it. Quickly slings it off to Ingram. Ingram puts up a contested shot on the right baseline. That one misses short. Turner with the rebound, gives it to Giannis. Giannis running the other way now for the Bucks. Little jump step, takes it in the paint, drives through 3 defenders and lays it in with a left hand, just continuing to have his way when he wants it. We got a whistle and a timeout now coming from Toronto. So the Raptors are going to spend a timeout with 7:14 to play here in the third quarter. Bucks offense had been the problem. They have made 4 straight shots, 6 of Raptors with the basketball after that last stoppage. Mamu Kelishvili handing to Brandon Ingram at the top of the arc. Driving on Miles Turner. He lost the basketball. Knocked away by Turner. Picked up by Rollins with the quick hands. Ryan's going the other way. He'll take it coast to coast as he glides in and lays it in. Don't look now. Bucks got it back to a 13-point game. Not out of this thing just yet. Here's Emmanuel Quickly the other way. They've trailed by as many as 21 points here tonight. Quickly's got it on the near wing. Dumps it left of the lane to Scotty Barnes. He's defended by Giannis. Playing catch with Quickly. Now Barnes gets it underneath to Mamu Kelishvili, who delivers it up close off the window and in. So good ball movement there through traffic for the Raptors. Giannis goes the other direction, down by 15. Bucks trying to put one hard charge on here and make things interesting. Giannis finds Gary Trent. He's way too strong on three, but an offensive rebound for Kuzma. Right back to Trent. Trent goes back to work, and his shot misses badly again. He made his first two, but he missed those ones badly. Quickly on the other side. He fires up a quick three. That wouldn't go. Mamu Kelishvili came crashing in but couldn't hold on to the rebound. Now Giannis goes the other way for Milwaukee. Throws on the Jets. Goes attacking again, and he's going to the line for two as he got fouled. Man, when you see 34 coming at you in the open floor, there are few things you'd rather not see as a defender. It's like looking at a train barreling down with that light blinding your eyes. And Giannis has been an unstoppable force at times again tonight. Just the 19 points. Say just the 19. We're only halfway through the third quarter, but by his standards, it almost could qualify as such as he steps in there. He's had 5 30-point games and 1 40-point game in his first 6 games this season. And he'll hit the first of 2 free throws here. He has been an unstoppable force for much of this season as he hit that game winner last night on a mid-range jumper from 16 feet out. He had been 2 of 13 on mid-range jumpers prior to that make. Just hadn't been hitting them. But in the moment when it mattered most, he was not going to miss. And his second free throw is on the way now. It's good. Cuts it back to a 13-point lead. Raptors with the Baker's dozen separating them from the Bucks, leading 85-72. 5:53 to play in the third quarter. R.J. Barrett now on the top of the circle, defended by Giannis. Crossing over, passes to Mamu Kelishvili. Right back to Barrett. Giannis in the crouch on defense. Barrett spinning. Almost lost it to Rollins, but holds on to it with a good hard drive and then lays it in off the window up close. Raptors have gotten a couple of up-close shots here late. Driving into the paint. Ryan Rollins on the left wing now for Milwaukee. He had a notion to shoot the three. Now he does, and he misses well short from the left wing. Bucks tonight, 8 of 24 from distance, 33%. Raptors have hit 12 of 27 at 44%. That's been a difference in this game. Ryan Rollins got called for his third foul, and we're going to have free throws now because the Bucks are in the penalty, and that's going to send Jamal Shed to the line. Giannis was clapping his hands and trying to encourage his team on there moments ago. I couldn't make out what he was saying, but trying to draw a little something out of these guys on the defensive side of things, where it has been a tall order to get stops again tonight. First free throw is good. Rollins will check out of the game. He has now committed 3 personal fouls. He leaves with 6 points, 4 assists, as the next free throw is good as well. Turned it over twice as well. So here comes Cole Anthony now into the game for the Bucks. He'll move it into the front court with Kuzma, Trent, Turner, and Giannis. Kuzma's got it on the left wing, lobs inside, trying to get it to Giannis, but it was deflected into the air by Scotty Barnes, and it's plucked out by Jamal Shed, who now moves it into the front court. He'll explode to the cup on the other side. Now kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way from Ingram. Couldn't get it. Turner with a rebound. He'll hand it to Giannis. Giannis going the other way. He's into the front court. Draws 2 defenders on him. Jab step in. Now crosses over. He lost the basketball, but gets it back. And now Barnes, in pursuit of that loose ball, gets called for the foul. So that's the last foul to give for the Raptors with 4:45 still to play here in this third quarter. 89-72 lead for the Raptors, trying to make it 3 consecutive wins here tonight. Well, we're going to have Bucks basketball, but first, another timeout on the floor. That foul on Scotty Barnes is his second of the night. 89-70. Needs big and small. Bucks with the ball, and the inbound pass from Kyle Kuzma to Cole Anthony, and we've got a issue with the clock, evidently. So we're going to have to do this again. They had the shot clock at 22. It needs to be at 14 as they reset it. Kuzma to inbound with Taurean Prince. Check that. That's Anthony out there along with Trent, Turner, and Giannis. On the inbound pass, they get it to Trent. Quick touch pass to Anthony. Now to Giannis, who starts the offense up. Sends out to Anthony. Anthony drives. His pass to the far side. Knocked away quick hands from Brandon Ingram, but it goes out of bounds with 2.6 seconds on the shot clock. This Raptors defense has a lot of players with those quick hands. We've got a pretty healthy run. Just 6 man games lost this season, second fewest in the league. Turner catches it, puts up a prayer. I think he could have saved some time there, or he could have used a little more time there. He just cranked that thing with about a second and a half to spare on what was almost a prayer shot. It did not draw iron, just hit the backboard. So Toronto's going to have the ball out of bounds, leading 89-72. Talk about those 6 man games lost for Toronto in stark contrast to what was, I think it was 40-plus for Indiana last night. They've been on the other end of that spectrum. Mamu Kelishvili with a tough luck roll on his jumper. It rolls out, but an offensive rebound, and Grady Dick's headed to the line for 2 shots as he got fouled. So more offensive rebounding for the opposition, and this is becoming more than a passing fancy for opposing teams against Milwaukee this year. 9 offensive boards for the Raptors here tonight, resulting in 11 second chance points to 6 offensive boards for the Bucks, 4 second chance points. And the free throw is good. First to 2. See, the dilemma for Milwaukee becomes if you continue to get beat regularly in points off turnovers, second chance points, and free throws every game, you are going to be hard-pressed to win those games, no matter how good your three-point shooting is. They've got to find a way to correct some of those areas that are starting to plague them over the last 3 games. Second free throw goes down. You know, again, despite that, the Bucks are sitting at 5-2, but there are some issues cropping up that they're going to have to work on. Ball knocked away from Kuzma as Shed pokes it free out of bounds right near head coach Darko Rajakovic for the Raptors. So they'll stay with Milwaukee. Kuzma to inbound. He's running out of options, so he'll heave it across the court to Gary Trent, and Trent stepped out of bounds on the far sideline. So another turnover for the Bucks. The 11th turnover, and that of the unforced variety. Toronto basketball going the other direction. Jamal Shed will move it into the front court as he barks out signals across the midcourt logo. Gary Trent trying to defend him on the left wing. Triggers the pass out top to Barnes. Barnes comes to a jump stop. And they work at the Shed. He'll dump it left of the lane to Ingram. Ingram's pass down the lane is Barnes driving and missing on a contested shot. Kuzma was in his grill. Giannis away with a rebound. Bucks going left to right here in this third quarter as Giannis lowers the shoulder and he drives, and they're going to call him for an offensive foul. Would like to see that one again. So for Giannis, that will be his third. And I think we may see a challenge here. Yeah, I didn't see it on initial glance. I'd like to see that one again. Evidently so with Doc Rivers. So they're going to challenge this. You know, the question I have is, if it's close, why is the 2-time MVP the guy who's always seemingly on the lesser end of these? I don't know. Again, he is a very difficult player to officiate. So the Bucks are challenging this, and you know, again, you look at this and you say, yeah, I understand. It's, as Doc Rivers put it, it's like defending Shaquille O'Neal, but way faster. It's a hard player to officiate because there's so much contact that he initiates, oftentimes too, just by the forceful nature of how he plays. But how that's an offensive foul, I have no idea, no clue. I just saw it again. I mean, come on, give the guy a little bit of a break. They say he pushed.
the hold of the shorts and continues to hold on as he moves towards the basket. Therefore, the call on the floor of an offensive foul stands. The challenge is unsuccessful. Milwaukee's charged a timeout, and they lost their ability to challenge once more later in the game. Play will resume with Toronto having the ball in the backcourt with 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, that was that left hand you saw just get a little bit of those shorts from Giannis before the contact, they say, and that was the offensive foul. Yeah, he did get a hold of those shorts. Wow. Well, and again, going back to that thought from a moment ago, you almost just wonder if that frustration with the officiating is starting to, Doc Rivers is as frustrated as anybody for his star player. Thought he should be getting more calls than he is, and maybe that more eager to challenge a call like that. Here's a pull-up jumper for Brandon Ingram, and he'll stick that one from the free throw line to put his team out in front by 21 points, matching their largest lead. 8-0 run now for the Raptors. Bucks have not scored since the 6:56 mark, as we're going to have a pull-up jumper go off the front iron and in for Cole Anthony. So it had been almost 4 minutes since Milwaukee had scored prior to that make. So it's 93-74. 2:55 to play here in this third quarter. Raptors with the basketball in the lead. Now a giveaway. It's going to be picked up by Anthony after Jamal Shead just coughed it up. Nobody was really even near him when he lost it. He just dropped the ball. So Cole Anthony was driving the other way, and he got fouled in the paint on the other side. So he's going to go to the line on a loose ball foul going against the Raptors now, as they were scrambling back their defenders in the paint, and Mamu Kelishvili will be whistled for this one. That'll be his second personal foul for the former Milwaukee Buck, who was reunited with R.J. Barrett on this Raptors team. Those two played high school ball together at Montverde Academy, a team that also produced Kate Cunningham, Moses Moody, and Precious Achiuwa. You think those guys won some games? So here comes Giannis at the free throw line. The foul was actually on Mamu away from Anthony, so Giannis will be the one to shoot him. Giannis' first free throw is good. Antetokounmpo coming into this contest, leading the NBA in paint scoring at just over 23 points a game. He's also leading the league at 7.5 fast break points a game. He's been in that lead for as long as you can remember here in recent seasons, leading the NBA in those two categories. Second free throw is up. It's no good. Left it short. 22 points in the game for Giannis. Raptors come away with a loose ball. It's moved ahead to Grady Dick. Dick now gives it off to Ingram. To Barnes. Barnes now to Shed at the top of the arc. Triggers it past to Grady Dick. Dick drives across the lane, and now they work it out. Shot clock moving inside of 7 seconds. Dick drives inside. Works it to Barnes. Great ball movement. Out top it comes, and Mamu Kelishvili drains it from straight on. Raptors sending that ball all the way around the horn. That's the kind of ball movement coaches dream about. Here's Cole Anthony the other way. Off to Rollins. Rollins tees up a three. That misses strong. Ryan's now 3 of 10 tonight. Raptors the other way with it. Barnes into the front court. Scotty stops at the top of the circle, defended by Kyle Kuzma. They'll get it to Jamal Shed. Shed lofts it inside to Barnes. Barnes draws Giannis. Spins, fades, jump hook, off the window and in. 98-75. Toronto with their largest advantage of the night. 1:40 to play in the third. Anthony whips the pass to the near side. Now it's Kuzma driving along the baseline. He gets fouled as he sidesteps a defender and flips it up and in. He'll have a chance at a three-point play. Kyle Kuzma starting to rediscover his touch a bit more. Seemingly every game he's got a dozen points now on 5 of 7 shooting, including 1 of 2 from 3. Emmanuel quickly comes into the game after Shed got called for the foul. Ingram takes a seat. So will Scotty Barnes. Also new in for the Raptors is Jacoby Walter. Walter more of a three-point shooter this season. In fact, he's only attempted 1 2-point shot all season long as the free throw goes down from Kuzma, and he caps the three-point play to put it back to a 20-point game. 90 seconds to play now in the third here at Scotiabank Arena. Great crowd here, over, you got to think, 20,000 on hand to watch it. No official tally as of yet. Grady Dick driving on Cole Anthony, puts up a shot and draws the whistle and the foul again. Man, teams are just baiting these officials to blow that whistle against the Bucks. They are just getting there with regularity. And not only are they getting there, they're making free throws. That is in contrast to a Bucks team that is on the precipice of making it 4 consecutive games where they have not been able to crack over 70% of their three-pointers. Or free throws, that is. Meanwhile, Toronto now 16 of 20 from the line, 80% for a Raptors team that hasn't exactly been setting the world on fire at the line either. 25th in the league, or 21st in the league in free throw shooting at 74%. Free throw goes down, and Grady Dick goes 2 for 2. 100-78, Ryan Rollins slithers his way down the lane. Nice drive this time as he will cut his way through a few defenders and lay it in off the window up close. Back to a 20-point game. Walter on the other side for Toronto. Dancing with the defense of Cole Anthony. Now they send it to the left wing. Quickly. A little pick and roll with Murray Boyles. Now they work it over to Mamu Kelishvili. Mamu's working on Kuzma. Kuzma had a hand in his face, and somehow he makes the shot over him anyway. That's a tough shot for Mamu. Mamu Kelishvili, 20 minutes tonight. He's got 13 points on 5 of 11 shooting. Kuzma right back at him, but his shot rims out on a floater up close. Quickly races off with it the other way for Toronto. He'll take it down the lane. Puts up the shot. Thought he got fouled. Didn't get the whistle. One of the rare times we've seen the Raptors raise a stink about it. Kuzma in the corner. Fires up a 3. That one clanks off the back iron. Too strong. Toronto with a rebound. Shot clock is off. 17 seconds to play now here in the third. 22-point advantage. Raptors can play for the final shot. Feel like they've got this one in the crosshairs. But again, we've seen in this building, no less, a comeback far bigger than this. Of course, it was at the expense of the Bucks on that occasion. Here's a runner and a nice-looking shot off the window and good from Walters. So Jacoby Walter gets fouled going up. And Toronto, another 30-plus point scoring quarter. So make it 6 consecutive quarters against the Bucks with over 30 points. Bucks just haven't been able to get stops. So at the free throw line, Jacoby Walter with 1.7 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. And he'll cap the three-point play. Inbound pass goes to Anthony. He heaves up a three-quarter court shot. It missed, but that'll do it on the third quarter here tonight. So Milwaukee is... They outscored the Bucks 20-8 over the final 6 minutes of that third quarter. And third quarter, the story of that quarter was 11 of 11 shooting from the line for Toronto. And they have made it a third straight game where the Bucks have been, well, really a fourth straight game, including Golden State. Grady Dick drives inside, and he got fouled. Guess who's going back to the line again? So Grady Dick is already 4 of 4 from the line tonight. And, you know, Dick had 18 free throw attempts in his first 7 games, but he sees the Bucks, and he sees a chance to go off at the line. You'll remember back, he had his career high against the Bucks in free throw attempts back in November last season when he was 14 of 16 at the line against the Bucks. He had his career high 32 points on that night. And a rare miss for the Raptors. They had been 18 of 22 from the line tonight before that miss. The Bucks 10 of 15 from the stripe. Second free throw from Dick, who was a 78% free throw shooter this season, and he makes it. He'd been averaging just 3.5 points a game his last 4, and had struggled to shoot the 3 ball. 1 of 10 in that time from 3-point range. Tonight he's 1 of 2. Taurean Prince, pocket pass to Portis. Portis had to fly over to the baseline to get it, saved it from going out of bounds, just threw it back into Prince, and now comes back inside to Kuzma, and Kuzma lays it in off the window after he took a little bump going down. So he goes sliding to the deck. It's a 106-82 lead now for the Raptors. Barrett hands it off to Pirtle. Pirtle at the top of the arc, defended by Prince. We'll give it now to Quickly. Quickly being crowded by Ryan Rollins. Backs it out to Dick, now to Barrett. Cole Anthony creeps out to defend on R.J. Barrett. Barrett exploding, spinning into the paint. He puts up a shot. That one was altered from the side by Kyle Kuzma, who then comes away with a rebound. Kuzma's running the other direction for Milwaukee. Feeds it to Portis. Portis looks at the 3 before he hands it to Prince. Prince right back to Bobby on the right baseline. Bobby's trying to find his shot here tonight. Milwaukee working it around on the outside. Now to Rollins in the corner. His three-pointer been that kind of night. That one rimmed 3/4 of the way down before it squirted back out. On the other end, a three-point try from Quickly is off the mark, and then the attempt at the rebound. Grady Dick had it in his hands while he landed on the baseline, so out of bounds, back to the Bucks in a 106-82 game. 10:24 remaining in the fourth. Perhaps no team has needed a couple days off more than this Bucks team right now. Again, the record is good. 5 wins, 2 losses currently. Fall to 5-3 if things continue as they are at right now. There's a foul against Toronto as Bobby Portis was trying to post up, but they just look like they've got some things to sort out right now. We've talked about them at some length here tonight, including the free throw shooting disparity, including the second chance point opportunities, some of the turnovers. Among those things, just in general defense, trying to lock in a little better. Here's Kuzma. His pass, trying to get it to Prince in the corner. It was deflected out of bounds. You felt like this team had the potential to be a pretty darn good defensive team with its personnel. It hasn't necessarily played out that way. Offensively, the Bucks have been better than advertised, coming into tonight's game. Number 4 in offensive rating. Kuzma going to let it fly on a 3-point shot from the corner. It missed too short, and now a turnover on a travel as Quickly was going into the air and came down with it. He was looking to pass, but there was no one home, so unforced turnover will give it right back to Milwaukee. So Bucks ball out of bounds on the far sideline. Inbound pass coming from Prince. Prince defended by Grady Dick and running out of time. Gets it into Anthony. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Anthony feeds it inside to Kuzma. Kuzma flips it up with a jump hook. Couldn't knock that one down. Kuzma's missed 3 straight shots now. Dropping his shooting percentage to 50% for the night. He's got 15 points off the bench. Here's Grady Dick at the free throw line. A head fake. Backs it out now to Quickly. Quickly calling for a screen. Dribble drive. Rips his way through. Ball knocked away by Cole Anthony. Now it's loose on the deck. Rollins scrambling after. We got a whistle and a foul going against Grady Dick, who was getting in the way of Ryan Rollins as those two were in hot pursuit of that loose change on the far sideline. So, Bucks ball out of bounds. Second team foul for the Raptors, and for Dick, that foul will go as his first. Anthony, Kuzma, Rollins, Portis, and Taurean Prince on the court right now for Milwaukee, going left to right in this fourth quarter. Rollins drives into the paint, sends it to the corner. Cole Anthony launches, misses from 3. Bucks tonight now 26% from three-point range. Haven't been following. They hit their first three, but since then they have gone 5 for 27. Quickly kicks it out. R.J. Barrett's three-pointer. Ricochets, back iron strong. Portis with a rebound. Will hand it off now to Cole Anthony. Anthony's into the front court. You wonder if the night is over for Giannis. Rollins, top of the arc. Driving on the other side. Sends it to the corner. Portis, a head fake. Steps over to his right. Fires up a three. Misses again. Bobby has had a tough night. 1 of 8. 0 of 5 from three-point range. Here comes Toronto the other way. Kick out to the right side. Prince has it knocked away from behind by Pirtle. Out of bounds. It'll be last touch, they'll say, by Prince. Before we resume play, we have another timeout on the floor. We are sitting 106-8. In this fourth quarter, the teams have combined to go 1 of 11 from the floor. Raptors will have the basketball out of the timeout. It's Scotty Barnes at the top of the arc, moving to his right, feeds it inside to Pirtle. Pirtle has the ball knocked away from behind by Ryan Rollins and out of bounds. Broadcast also brought to you in part by Michelob Ultra. They are the official beer sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks. So Jamal Shed will inbound with 8:22 remaining here in this fourth quarter. This thing seems to be well in hand for Toronto. Inbound pass to R.J. Barrett. Couldn't hit the turnaround jumper off the back iron, a little floater. Portis with the rebound. Be nice to see Bobby find his shooting touch here. Maybe they can get him going, if nothing less, here in this fourth quarter. Trying to get the ball out to Portis. He'll rifle the pass to Rollins. Rollins fires one up, and this time he drains the three from the left side. Good to see Ryan watch one go through as well, because Rollins tonight had gone just 5 of 13 prior to that. Or actually 4 of 12, and now here's Pirtle on the other side, sidestepping a couple defenders, and he'll lay it in. Was the first three-pointer of the night, though, for Rollins on a Michelob Ultra 3. Kuzma on the other side, driving baseline. He got shoved out of bounds by Jakob Poeltl. We were wondering what the restriction to minutes might be for Poeltl. Well, he's played 19 tonight, and he's still out there in the fourth. Wasn't too big of a restriction. Here comes Rollins out of the game. And for the first time since October the 30th against Golden State, Gary Harris is out there for Milwaukee. Here's a pass down to Kuzma. Kuzma takes it down the lane. He couldn't finish up close with an attempted finger roll as Ingram got in the way. Brandon Ingram into the front court, dribbling between his legs. He's defended by Kuzma on the right wing, crossing him over. Takes it into the paint, couple head fakes. Now looks to his left, gets it to Barnes. Barnes sends it off, and it was off the foot of Barrett, who kicked it. Picked up by Harris, and now Milwaukee runs the other way with it. Cole Anthony's into the front court, dribbles behind his back, comes to a stop. Scoops the pass into the corner, and this time Kuzma zeroes in from distance and knocks down the three from that deep corner left. 20-point game now, and for Kuzma, he's got 18 points now in his second Michelob Ultra 3 of the night. Poeltl on the other end, defended by Bobby Portis. We got a whistle and a foul going against Cole Anthony, and for Milwaukee, that'll go as team foul number 2. So 3 fouls on Cole Anthony. Kyle Kuzma will exit stage left. Here comes Jericho Sims in for the first time tonight. Doc Rivers likely resting his starters mostly the rest of the way here in this one, you'd have to think. With this game seemingly well in hand for Toronto with 6:49 to play, leading by 20 on night 2 of a back-to-back. Here's Mamu Kelishvili sending it out to the near wing. Shed has it there, works it to the right wing. Three-pointer from Barrett at the horn, goes down. Knocks that one down right as the shot clock was getting ready to expire. Cole Anthony the other way. He's at the top of the circle. Toying with the defense of Mamu Kelishvili. Pounds the ball in with a left-hand dribble, now crossing over. Swings the pass to Gary Harris. Harris in the corner, couldn't hit the three, but an offensive rebound for Jericho Sims. Now to Portis. Portis back to Harris in that same corner. Out of the left wing. Cole Anthony's got it there. Anthony sidesteps one defender, runs into another, then leans back and hits a running jump shot from about 9 feet away. So it's 111-90. Raptors with a lead in the basketball. On the other end, Jamal Shedd's got it. He'll fire the pass over to the right wing where R.J. Barrett controls, defended by Gary Harris. Drives inside. He was fouled as he was attacking down low, and he will likely be headed to the free throw line. The former Duke Blue Devil, acquired along with Emmanuel Quickley in his return to Canada as a member of the Toronto Raptors, now in his 3rd season. Last year, 58 games. The average career high is 21 points and 6.3 rebounds, along with 5.4 assists. He was one of 8 players in the league to average 26 and 5. Portis going to check out of the game. And Andre Jackson Jr. is in. Going to start to see some of these lesser-used Bucks here, you got to think, as this one expires into the final 5.5 minutes. Second free throw is good. 112-90. Next up for the Bucks, the Chicago Bulls on Friday night. 3-point try from Cole Anthony. That misses back iron. Saved from going out of bounds by Shed. We'll get the ball back in now as Brandon Ingram moves it ahead. His pass to Shed was a little behind him, but Shed couldn't grab it, and now it's taken by Andre Jackson. A bounce pass to Prince. Prince spots up from 3. Leaves it well short. Torian tonight has not been able to lock in either. He's 0 for 4 now. Shed on the other end gives it over to Mamu Kelishvili with 5:10 to play here in the 4th quarter. Ingram gets it to Barnes. Barnes launches and hits from 3 in the corner. So the Raptors tonight have shot 44% from three-point range, 15 of 34. They've outscored the Bucks by 15 points from three-point range in this one. Prince swings it across the court over to Harris. Now in the corner, it's Cole Anthony backing it out. Pass was behind Prince, but he gets a paw on it. And now the pass from Prince over to Anthony was a little behind him, and Shed takes off. Here's a drive, and Scotty Barnes powers his way through the foul from Prince and lays it in anyway. This thing's getting ugly now. 27-point lead for the Raptors. So Milwaukee, coming into this game, had shot over 50% from the field in 5 of their 7 games, and their 2 games under 50 have been 47 and 48%. Tonight, just 44% and 13 turnovers, leading to 18 points off turnovers. Also, you look at the offensive rebounds, 9 of them for the Raptors. They've got 13 second chance points, and at the free throw line, a decided advantage there as well as he hits the free throw to cap it. They've outscored the Bucks by 11 from the free throw line. Mark Sears comes in for the Bucks, two-way man for Milwaukee out of the University of Alabama, and we got a whistle on an offensive foul against Jericho Sims with a moving screen. So Toronto's going to get the ball back, and right now the Bucks can't get to that bus soon enough. It is turning into one of those nights here in downtown Toronto. Scotiabank Arena has been a tough place for the Bucks tonight. We thought. Compromise on the court or in the aisles. You get up high quality that's always fresh and down low prices on everything you need. Pick and Save, proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. So here's Toronto with the ball, and the sharpshooter who rarely misses from 3 but did there. Jamison Battle comes in, and well, he doesn't waste any time. Before that miss, he had made 10 of 12 three-point shots this season, and the second-year man out of Ohio State, Minnesota, and GW, where he started his college career, could not hit there. He has not had any field goal attempts within the three-point arc this season. He knows where his bread is buttered. There was a foul against Mark Sears, and it's going to send Jacoby Walter to the free throw line because the Bucks are into the penalty, and Walter hits the first. Raptors next up will take on the Atlanta Hawks. They are on the road for a huge stretch of the season coming up. 9 of their first 13 games this season will be away from home. 2 of those 4 games they play at home are against the Bucks. These 2 teams will play each other again twice more this season, both times in Milwaukee. Andre Jackson hands it off to Sears. Sears at the top of the arc, defended by Grady Dick. No hesitation, slips by him, now pulls up. Mid-range J is way too strong. Rebound picked up off the floor, though, by Jackson. And ball didn't draw iron, so it's going to result in a shot clock violation. Next time the teams play will be on December the 18th in Milwaukee. And then one more time on the 22nd of February, also at Fiserv Forum. Here comes Toronto the other direction with it. Into the front court, OG Abachi. We got a foul going against Toronto, and that's going against Walter. He was trying to set a screen for Abachi, who has seen his minutes decline here early this season, only playing 15 minutes a game. Last year posted career highs at 10.5 points a game. The former Kansas Jayhawk and a Wisconsin native, for that matter, born in Milwaukee. Here comes Coffey. He's at the top of the arc, dribbles with the right hand. Sends the pass to Mark Sears. Sears working on Walter, crossing him over. Spinning in the low block now. Whips the pass left wing over to Jackson. Andre Jackson hoists up a three. Couldn't hit. Rebound picked up off the deck. Going the other way, Mobo sends it ahead to Abachi. Abachi with a reverse layup. He couldn't finish it, though. Coffey away with the rebound. 120-90. The Raptors all over the Bucks tonight. 3:05 to play now in the fourth. Sears trying to wiggle his way past Jemison Battle, but Battle got called for the foul. So that'll send the Bucks to the free throw line. Nope, not yet. They got one more to give. So Toronto with 4 team fouls as the inbound pass goes to Sears, and this time he is fouled. So that's going to send Sears to the line. So Milwaukee has not been in a spot where they've been hammered like this, that's for sure, in a game this season. They've been in a lot of dogfights, and typically they've gotten the better, but again, on the heels, you stick around this game long enough, you get a sense for what could be lurking. And in a game that was as emotionally fraught as last night's was, and physically fraught for that matter, you just had a feeling this one could be trouble. Sears missed on the second free throw after making the first. Grady Dick on the other side bombs away and connects from three-point range to make it 123-91. Here's Andre Jackson Jr. handing it off to Gary Harris. Harris dribble drive down the right side of the lane. His shot off the mark as he scooped it up with the right hand. Rebounded by Sims, however. Now Sears has it off to Andre Jackson. Ajax will feed it to Sears. Sears flicks the wrist, and he drains one. And he's the guy who can fill it up. Mark Sears, All-American in his time at Alabama, slowly working his way up the ranks from mid-major ball to SEC ball. Now the ball knocked away on the other end, but picked up by Jemison. Sends it out to Grady Dick. Dick on the left wing. Drives inside. Pass was offline, but snared in by Abachi in the deep corner. Now back to Grady Dick. Dick with a bounce pass over to the near corner. Now they work it to the left wing with a shot clock winding down. Walter couldn't hit the three. Now it's the Bucks running the other way. Gary Harris swings it over to the corner. Cross-court pass from Coffey over to Sears. Sears takes a couple steps to his right. He'll unload on another three, this time offline, wide left, and knocked out of bounds by Gary Harris. So Toronto's going to have the basketball out of bounds as Milwaukee trying to regroup. Next up comes Chicago at home. Also, another home game against the Houston Rockets. That'll be another tough tilt. Two teams playing great basketball looming. Both of them, fortunately, at Fiserv Forum. Houston will be a matinee game. That Friday game will be a cup game, by the way. Here's a little head fake and a bob and weave inside as Battle lays it in up close. First NBA Cup matchup for the Bucks, who have never lost an NBA Cup game, except in the semifinals. Here comes a drive from Sears. Sears was knocked around and fouled as he'll head to the line for 2 shots. So Sears goes to the line as the Bucks just trying to get to the finish line in this one here tonight. Hey, Bucks fans, Toast Game Day presented by Door Peninsula Winery. That perfectly pairs with a Bucks ticket and a glass of Door Peninsula wine or a soda. Join us on Friday to raise a glass and cheer on the Bucks as they take on the Bulls at home. Visit bucks.com/toast to get your ticket now. First free throw went down, so does the second. And Mark Sears has got the Bucks inching closer to that century mark. Will they get there tonight? That may be about the only drama surrounding the outcome of this one here tonight with 1:10 to go. Down 125-96. Shot on the drive. Misses from Mobo. Sims with a rebound. They'll hand it off to Jackson. Andre Jackson Jr. Little burst of speed. Now hands it off to Sears. Sears back to Jackson. Jackson behind the back dribble. Slashes before he hands it off to Gary Harris. Harris with a nifty up and under move as he floats it off the window and in. One more field goal. You get across that century threshold here against a Raptors defense that came in 25th in the league, but they've done a number on Milwaukee tonight. Grady Dick fires up a three. He knocks it down from the near wing. So Dick's got 14 points now with that three-pointer, his third of the night, and now Mark Sears the other direction. 32 seconds to play. This place is emptied out. Was not a sellout tonight, but not far off at 18,357 reported here. We got a whistle and a foul going against the Raptors. You just knew we weren't getting out of here without another whistle. There was no chance of that. 28.2 seconds to go, and Sears to the line for two shots. I don't think the Bucks have played a single game this season in under 2.5 hours. It has just been a parade of free throws. Second free throw on the way. It's good. So here comes Toronto the other direction. 25 seconds remaining. Into the front court. Walter will probably dribble this thing to the end of the shot clock, presumably. And the Bucks do cross the century threshold with 100 points tonight with those two free throws from Mark Sears. He ends the night with 8 points, and fans can rise as one and give this team an ovation. They've got their third straight victory staring at them now. Shot clock sounds. Bucks will have to inbound one more time. Cameramen were going out onto the court. Not yet. Not yet. Tap the brakes, gentlemen. Wait your turn. Here comes one more inbound. It'll go to Sears, and with 4 seconds remaining, he'll dribble it across midcourt. And that will be that. 128-100. The Toronto Raptors snap the 4-game losing streak to the Bucks, and in the process win their third straight game after dropping 4 in a row before this little mini run of success. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll be back with more. Tough night for the Bucks here at the office. Again, 28-point loss at the hands of the Raptors tonight here from Toronto, Ontario. We're back in a moment. This is the